Can you give us a sign that you can hear, see or understand us in this bedroom, please? Because we may be sleeping in here tonight. We're up in the middle here with all of you guys.
Beardos, weirdos, boys and girls, how are you all doing? That you just saw, that is the problem in the paranormal field. So, I bring out a GTI video, and I'm going to insert something that was recorded on one of the lives the other day, where basically they're like, shut up or we'll release some emails about you. And I'm like, just release it.
I think they're all idiots, but...
Yeah, but you had an email, didn't you?
Yes.
From
And
somebody on the inside.
Yes.
So we'll keep that in our locker.
Yes.
If people want to keep pushing buttons.
Yes.
If you've got something to say about me or any of the other debunkers, have at it. Would you like me to tell you what I think you know? I think you know that I'm looking at a certain location, and by proxy, when me and another debunker who are teaming up for the exercise work out that that property is fake, we can prove that you are fake. That's what you don't like. Release it. And then tell us who told you, because then I'll go at them as well. Because I just want the truth in the paranormal. And I don't think you guys are telling the truth in the paranormal. So I bring out my video, which is 51 minutes long. Save 1 second in case somebody wants to get pedantic. And in that video, I break down things like why the DR60 just shouldn't be used, and it's the same scream in every location. Why, when you're balancing that doll, and then later it falls over, and you're all like, oh, Ragatha fell over, just when we needed it to. Well, no, it didn't. It just fell over because gravity. Things like the dead bell going off roughly 784 times in a single episode. I've made that number up before somebody comes at me for that. So, while my video was full of comedic shots and stuff like that, fine, people don't have to like it. There were debunks in there. There was things in there that if you're a legitimate team, you could look at it and say, do you know what? Why are we using the DR60? It's clearly a load of old bollocks. Let's just get rid of it. But people don't. And people don't get rid of it because they want those false positives. They want to scare their audience, and their audiences blindly believe them. But not even all of that is the real issue here. Now, I promoted that video on my Facebook page, Beardo Get Scared. Go and check it out. And it was literally like looking at these guys later. Wow. The backlash, which is fine. It's absolutely fine. In fact, I thrive on backlash. I love backlash. Especially when the arguments are so stupid that I can call these people idiots with a completely clear conscience. And then they're like, I'm arguing with you. Rah, I dare you to post this. And then you post it, and then it's like, right, you're bullying me now. No, I'm not. You argued with me, asked me to, or dared me to repost it. I did. Whoop-de-shit. But the thing that stood out more than anything was the blind loyalty of the GTI fans. And GTI fans, they are possibly the most cult-like following I've ever seen. Because it doesn't matter what you say or do, you're wrong. But the sad part is, I was looking at the comments and was like, none of these people have watched the video. Not a single one of them have sat through it. They are just shouting without taking on board any of the evidence put to hand. Because if they had, they'd shut the hell up about Ragatha. They could be like, oh yeah, he's actually proven that that thing is really hard to sit up. It's just going to fall over. It is just gravity. And the DR60. It's not just him talking about the DR60, it's every debunker and everyone with a bit of critical thinking, logic and common sense thinks the DR60 is ooh, the same scream every building from every team. This may not be real. All of that is completely sidestepped for, he's a hater. Look at him with his stupid beard. Look at him with his grey hair. Look at his fat belly. Or in the case of one fine gentleman, and I've left the comment there, not hiding it, he zoomed in an image right on my face and was like, check this man's hard drive. Behaved really well there. So there was a bit of a back and forth between me and the fans on Facebook, and I'm like, yeah, it is what it is. I don't really care. I mean, if you can't be asked to watch the video, if you can't be asked to look for the proof, then I'm just going to mock, because the guys you're supporting are making a mockery out of the field that I and many other people love. We love the paranormal. We just don't love the shit paranormal. And I've seen people saying things like, oh, but this isn't para-unity. You're damn right it isn't para-unity. Para-unity is dead. It'll never be a thing as long as fakers are not held to account, or at least say, hey, this is for entertainment purposes. There has to be a divide, and I'll keep fighting for that divide. Will I ever win? Probably not. Do I care? No. But at least I can open some people's minds. And I'll tell you how I opened one person's mind. And that one person means more than the 200 people that have been shouting at me. And I'm going to read her email out, but I'm going to crop it because I obviously don't want her getting hate. Because the GTI fans, they're like sharks. They smell a bit of blood in the water. And anyone can just get torn apart. I mean, I laugh at it. I think it's fun. So this is the post that caused all manner of controversy. Tonight's video over on Red. This was actually decided by Parameet visitors purely by how many people complained to me about these guys and their antics. So let's see if they fake with a real Annabelle doll. I mean, they have to, because that doll isn't haunted by anything than the lies told by the... So the first critique that I got is, this is an old photo and that's not the real Annabelle. I know. I hadn't made the thumbnail yet, so I literally grabbed the first image of GTI and a Annabelle that was to hand. Because this was to say that there is a video coming out about the real Annabelle. Alright, should I have made the thumbnail first and put the thumbnail... Whatever. So the 333 comments, these lads clearly have something you haven't. Personality. Fine. Video is live. Only 2 comments on that, because I didn't include their faces. So, the comment that started this was this Gemma. First off, you're going to badmouth them, maybe make sure it's an up-to-date photo that is a few years old. Secondly, they don't fake anything. But then again, you clearly know nothing. Oh, and last but certainly not least, they just did Paracon where lots of Americans follow and came to see them. If they're that fake, then they're goddamn good actors. Well, Adam Oakley is an actor. He was in a British soap opera called Hollyoaks. I think he was in The Bill as well. He's only ever small parts, but he is a professional actor. I have followed them from the start, and they don't bullshit anything, don't they? Because one of their fans is mighty pissed at them after paying £10 a week to watch these lives. They're real as can be, and proved that yesterday when they did a hunt for about 3 hours. Nothing happened. If they're fake, as you say, it would be every minute jealous much. And this comment made me laugh, because... since the rise of debunking channels, since the Shape and Dandalf way back in the day, fake ghost hunters have had to change how they work because they can't get away with any old cack anymore. This is why you see very little masking in videos these days, is because they know that's the first thing we'll find. You see very little wire pulls and things because... we spot it. I mean, Crow Judas is eagle-eyed when it comes to strings. But to say they've gone to Paracon, where loads of Americans went to see them as some form of battering tool, is just infantile. The twins were there. The twins have millions and millions of followers. There were some massive creators there. That Paracon wasn't just about them. If it was Ghost Trip Paracon and 10,000 people turned up, I'd be like, that's pretty impressive for a bunch of charlatans. But that's not what happened. But I'm not trying to take anything away from them. The guys are doing well for themselves in the entertainment niche, not in the paranormal niche. And as long as paranormal conventions are bringing in these large fake teams, I'll never take these paranormal conventions seriously. But we'll get to that. Because there is a paranormal convention. There's 2 that at the moment I'm taking seriously. And boy, did shots get fired at those. Unfairly, might I add. So I got accused of bullying for posting this, but it's a public comment on my public Facebook page. Have at it. If you're going to behave like a muppet, you'll get called out like a muppet. So then, I did the following. Let's stir up the pot, because it's fun. Listen up, morons. Not my audience, clearly. Arguing someone is not fake because they attended a huge paranormal convention is dumb as fuck. Twin Paranormal were there, for fuck's sake. They're about as real as my jet black beard. Secondly, having a huge follower or subscriber count means nothing either. Because a lot of the criticism I've been facing is, you've only got 9,000 followers on Facebook, you're a fucking nobody. From people with no followings on Facebook or no output, no content creation. And it's like, Can't really mock me there, can you? Because have you ever tried? Now, the easiest way for me to grow would be to be like, look how awesome GTI are, because then all the fans will like me. It ain't about making the fans. People keep accusing me of only going after them to grow. That's not how I grow. The way for me to grow and the way for me to be a big fancy YouTuber would be to agree with all the fakers and then try and work with them. Something that I have turned down on a number of occasions. Go and work with this team. No. And I have received backlash for refusing to work with these teams. Secondly, having a huge follower or subscriber count means nothing either, because they're like, oh yeah, they've got 1 million subscribers. You're a nothing. You've only got 60k on YouTube. How many have you got? It doesn't matter. But I put Zach Bacon's anyone, arguably the most famous ghost guy on the planet. Highly popular, absolutely full of shit. And then somebody had to go at me for that and was like, if you think Zach Baggins is the best guy in the paranormal, you need to stop debunking. I was like, the absolutely full of shit bit there. Why did you skip that? When I clap back and call you stupid, etc., it's not because of whom you follow, it's because of the arguments you use are dumb as fuck. Otherwise, we'll call you up on your spelling and grammar. I don't have the greatest spelling and grammar, but I will laugh at comments mocking you when you attempt to look smarter than me and butcher every word and misunderstand the argument. For example, you can't say they're legitimate because they have millions of subscribers, because, well, Gary Glitter had millions of fans. Look what happened there. And then, that opened the floodgates. Why are you comparing them to a Pete? I didn't. I compared situations. Being popular does not mean that you're above critique. Being famous doesn't mean that you're not an evil, horrible, nasty person. I'm not calling them evil, horrible, nasty people. Jimmy Savile. I'm not calling him Jimmy Savile, but Jimmy Savile was one of the most popular celebrities in the UK, and he was one of the most horrendous human beings. Ian Watkins from The Lost Prophets. But that stuff can bleed down. I'm not saying that any of these people in the paranormal are those evil, nasty, horrible people. But what I am saying is, you can't just say because they are popular that they are legitimate and good people, because it's often the exact opposite. That is taken as you compared them to a nonce. No, I didn't. I used a far more famous example of popularity not being the measuring stick for being a nice person. These things are why I'll tell you you are dumb as fuck, because you misunderstood the comment, argued incorrectly, and assumed you can be rude, but if I fire back and rude, I'm not a good guy. I mean, when it comes to bullshit fakery, and fans are blind to it. And I'll guarantee you didn't watch the evidence presented. They didn't. You just saw a picture of your heroes and thought, oh, I must defend the pretty boys. Well done. I may be an old aged ugly old bastard, but I'm right. Suck my ass. And it started to die down there. I was like, cool. Uh-oh. Now, GTI fans will do the following. They will see a post about their heroes that's not exactly complimentary, and they will repeatedly tag them to get their attention. Most of the profile pictures look the same age, same sex. There's a weird thing. So Adam Oakley posted, I don't usually get involved in paranormal tit for tat, but since that door's been opened, jealousy is an ugly trait. I'm not jealous of fakery. Whilst others are celebrating awards in front of 50 people, it was 100 at the award ceremony. I did a speech to 250 people. Now, to you, that's chump change. To you, that might be small. But to me, and everyone else that won awards at that event, to everyone that was attending the speeches, to everyone that paid to attend, those awards, those speeches meant the world to them. And you're going to take that away because you went to watch the wrestling and Netflix paid for it. Because that shot you fired at me, I laughed. I thought it was great. It showed how angry you got over me pointing out the truth. You're defending a lie by getting angry. Well done. But you insulted a lot of people that attended that event and won awards. They feel like you took something from them. I never took anything from them. There are people there with beliefs that I don't share. There are people there that do investigations in a way I wouldn't. But the difference is, I don't think they're pulling the wool over people's eyes. It's their belief versus my belief. Of course, I have the scientific element to back me up, but I'm not going to just shout at people for having a belief system. That's what my whole talk was about. But he didn't watch that when he posted this cack. Whilst others celebrating awards in front of 50, an award I wasn't allowed to win, by the way, despite being the most nominated male in said category. That's wonderful. So I'm assuming he was up for the top personality. Now, that was obviously long before I'd become aware of the fact I was up for an award. I never saw him on there. And maybe if I had saw him on there, I might not have attended, to be fair, because I don't want to see fakers winning awards. It's ridiculous. The fakers have cornered the market everywhere. These small conventions that are not licking everyone's ass to grow, that's the grassroots of the paranormal. And without the grassroots of the paranormal, the mainstream paranormal doesn't exist either. Show some fucking respect, Adam. You have built a career lying to people, in my opinion. You have built a career out of being a charlatan and faking evidence and acting, and then you're going to take shots at not just me, take shots at me, I don't care. But you didn't think of what you just said to a load of other people, some people that may watch you and believe you. Ugh. Oops, missed that bit out. I didn't miss any bit out about you being in that category. I just didn't care, because if I had, like I just said, I might not have attended. I'm travelling the world, staying in my own lane, enjoying life, and oh, by the way, I didn't win that award either. A very deserving winner did. I'm travelling the world, staying in my own lane, enjoying life and the paranormal world. You ain't in the paranormal world, lad. You're just not. You're in the entertainment world. 3/4 of your video, you were Dan just fucking about and travelling. Absolutely fine. You're a travel show that tacks on a bit of paranormal halfway through, or 3/4 of the way through. Not my cup of tea. It's more fun when you're not bitter, by the way. Have you read what you wrote here? You sound far more bitter than me. Last month we attended an event with 10,000 people. We're not the same, it's tough at the top. Wink face, kissy face. Don't kiss me. I don't know where you've been. Yes, you attended an event with 10,000 people. I attended an event with 250 people. The auditorium was packed for my talk. Not everyone at that event were there for me. I'm not ignorant enough to assume that. Everyone was actually there for my talk. It was the busiest part of the day. Most people because they wanted to watch what I had to say because they agree with me. Some people disagree with me but wanted to give me the chance to speak and have their minds changed. Many people did. Some people went to hate watch me. There were rumours of people were going to try and boo me off the stage. That was squashed because the event actually cares about its speakers and it cares about being friendly and open. P.S. I had a great night ringside for WWE SmackDown in London tonight. Cheers Netflix for the invite. Well, WWE SmackDown is about as close to what you do as I can think of. They pretend it's real. It looks kinda real. But it's full of shit. It's scripted. It's choreographed. Now, I love the WWE. This flex was just so, like, cringeworthy. And then you do that little skit on your live, like, we know things. So I mocked again. Somebody got the knickers in a twist and deny fakery, though. But let's break this down. And it's pretty much the thing that I've just done. But to be at the top. While you do well on TikTok, you're not at the top. Anyway. The top belongs to Baggins, Sam and Colby, the twins, Overnight, and many, 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 many more. I had to go at all of those too. The truth is the truth, and you are not at the top. You may be delusional, but you're not at the top. By the way, you do so well based on fakery. And so scroll up. Right after the jealousy comments, the bullying comments. That train is never late. When did criticism become bullying? Do the people throwing around the world bully agree? But yeah, it is what it is. And then I saw that Adam put out a post. And I pretty much agreed with him. That's the same thing, people complaining. So, the Adam Oakley thing. I took shots in my video. I do not believe they're legit. He fired back, which is absolutely fine. I fired back, which is absolutely fine. It's the game of social media. Insults on both sides, but nothing too deep or nasty. I've laughed a lot of the comments from both sides. But there are the odd comments that are going too far. People posting a pic of me, check his hard drive. Yeah, you've gone a bit beyond banter there. There have also been comments about him that are a little too far behind the realm of banter. There were things made about his appearance and stuff. Now, I haven't removed anything. I didn't remove any of the insults at me. Because I'm fully aware of things that I see can impact the way people behave to others. We all get hot-headed, we all get defensive, but I'll echo his comments here. Let's not go too far with it. I'm assuming he's removed some proper nasty stuff looking at his post. I didn't even remove the post with my hard drive needing to be checked. A ridiculous comment, but when I'm provoked, there's always a reaction. What I should have done was bought tickets to a football game, stood by the pitch, held up my tickets, and posted like, look, I attended a football event with 75,000 people. That's what you did. Sad, innit? Has my opinion on their content changed? Hell no. But the war of words has gone around on both sides. At least none of you made the hard drive joke, as in my side to them, because it was a bit more calm and tempered on my side. One guy did apologise. He was like, yeah, I regret my comment. Simmer it a bit, please. Banter is just going to be taken to some nasty, and people are just being nasty. Appearance of stuff is going too far. And then that was where I let it end. I went back to my usual comedic, cack, ghost hunting. Well, that was comedic. Old Carl getting pulled up the stairs. So I thought, that's it. That's it. That's fine. So the biggest issue right now isn't really the fakers. The biggest issue is these cult-like fans that don't look at the evidence provided and then go on the attack. By all means, defend your favourite creators. By all means, have a go at me. But do it educated. Do it with a bit of knowledge. Do it after you've ghost hunted for yourself and seen how the equipment works. Do it after watching numerous debunkers. You can't just look at a thumbnail and go, I hate you, you're a hater, when that's not what happened. What happened was I looked at the evidence they were presenting and said, no, it's all bullpoo. And if you don't like that after you've watched, then fine. Then you're just being ignorant. Now, this happens all the time with numerous creators across numerous platforms. They've got their core fan base. Their core fan base will never budge. I kind of understand it. But to just go at people and be like, you're full of hate, you're full of loathing, you're full of this nasty... We're not. It's the truth. And you just don't like the truth, the same as the creators just don't like the truth. My audience defend me, you defend them, but at least my audience look at the evidence presented. Because some of my audience enjoy these boys. They enjoy their banter, they enjoy their trips. They've got a high production value, they've got personalities that I'm just too old for. 45 years old, and they are sort of patter and banter just doesn't appeal to me, and I do believe that it's all scripted, edited, and then there's some off-the-fly faking. But I'm going to read out an email to you here, and this email was very telling. So there's my email there. I've obviously cropped the lady's name out. Hey, I'm not sure if this email will reach you. I hope so. I just wanted to thank you for your time in exposing GTI. I was until last night a fan. I like to keep an open mind and I always look at both sides, so when I saw you and another debunker on YouTube, I watched. Admittedly, I've watched a few and still felt like GTI were genuine, because they always look at debunking before declaring paranormal. Also, I thought, and this is happening everywhere because of debunkers, people are inserting their own debunks and they will debunk the blatantly obvious to remain credible when they do crazy shit. Since your recent video, I can see much more clearly. Last night was a paid hunt in Texas in Yorktown Memorial Hospital. There was a point where a teddy bear moved, and they were adamant that nobody had moved it. But you can see as clear as day, because it was literally in the daylight, Dan's foot directly behind the bear and the likely reason for it moving. I could go on and on about last night, but you'll know it all anyway. I feel really disappointed because I really believed them. I've spent money on the cause, but all I've really done is contribute to the holidays, which they use as a ghost hunt cover-up. So thank you for saving me more time and money, because I won't be doing it anymore. And I genuinely apologise to this lady for being, the curtain puller. So, yeah, I'm really sorry that you saw that, but yeah, I've been onto them for a long time. The way they're defended is insane when it's all just blatant fakery. That's a fan of theirs that was paying £10 to watch an investigation. And I'm like, in my debunk video of them, I legitimately looked at their viewing figures and the cost of that location went, ooh, let me take into account flights, etc. and editing. You haven't made that money back. And then a few of their fans have messaged me and gone, yeah, they have, because we pay £10 every time they go live. We paid £10 to watch that. There were thousands of people in it. They recouped it that night. And I'm like, wow, wow, wow. This is why Houdini took down the Fox sisters. And this is why I'll not let up on GTI, because I'm convinced they fake. Absolutely convinced. A lot of people are absolutely convinced. Their own fans are starting to become convinced. So how do they get me off their case? For entertainment. That's all you got to do. For entertainment, just be honest about your content. People will still watch you, I imagine. You're growing rapidly. But just be honest about it. Instead of lying and then getting angry to defend your lies. It's infantile. To have your audience to the point where you had to step in, Adam, and be like, whoa, people are going too far. You need to knock this on the head. I agree. But those people are defending you after paying you to lie to them. That's where it's fucking wrong. And then viewing him to go live and be like, they're idiots. Me? I'm an idiot for logic, common sense, realism, critical thinking. I'm the idiot. Oh, Adam, you make my brain hurt. But it's fine. You can have that opinion. You can put those things out there, but I will always always fire back, because I have something on my side that you don't, and it's called the truth. So I'll not let up, and I'll not let up because you're like, yeah, they're idiots. They don't know what we've got saved in the bank in our emails. Fucking release it. Release it, because if it came from where I think it came from, fuck them and all. There are locations that are in on the fakery, and there's me and another debunker that are going after all of them. All of them, because they are conning people. We are not saying that if the history of a location isn't right, that that place can't be haunted, because people are having experiences. But then people are wasting the money turning up to a location, calling out the ghosts that can't physically be there because they never existed. That's wrong. So you go there and you call out to something else. It's about truth and transparency, not destroying, unless, unlike some locations, you are actively faking paranormal activity for your guests. That's wrong. That will get outed. It's always been outed. It'll cause drama, because liars don't like being outed. And people will call me a drama channel. I am a drama channel, because me calling out bullshit leads on to drama, like this. Some things that it leads on to are beyond drama, and people need to knock that cack on the head. Oh, another drama video. No, it's not. When people are getting doxxed and stuff, it's been covered a lot by me, Seg, and a few others. It ain't drama then. It's way beyond drama, and we should be able to speak out without people just going, drama. Just don't watch that video. Watch the debunks. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on the conversation down below. Obviously, same as usual. No hate, no negative. No hate. Negativity is fine. People are allowed to say, in my opinion, that channel is crap, or I find that channel to be crap. I shouldn't have to tell people not to be negative. Be negative. You're entitled to that. It's your opinion. I don't block people saying that I'm full of shit and they don't like me and I've got a fat head. Anyway, much love to you all. Beardo out.